Welcome to another director's cut. This is the director's cut for the YouTube video BNSF coal drag trash train meet. I'm WSU Rail Fan, and I'm going to weigh in on my thoughts about this video. This video was kind of a first of its type. It was the first video that I shot at the Castle Rock location, which was on Callis Avenue. And originally I ran into this coal train. I was shooting some footage down in Kalama of a grain train that had pulled out of the PV grain facility, and that video didn't turn out real well, and I had a new location I was thinking about, so I figured, well, I'd get on the back roads and head up to Castle Rock. So I left Kalama on the old Highway 99 and drove into Kelso, and then from Kelso I got on some back roads and eventually made my way to Castle Rock. And I thought that this coal train would have passed me up, but to my surprise it ended up, I seen that it got stopped there at the Longview Y. It was held up by a red signal. And so I made it to Castle Rock in time, and I had to wait quite a while for the train to arrive, and then it received another red signal there in Castle Rock, and had to wait for an Amtrak train to roll by, and then I had to wait for another southbound BNSF green train. And so probably after about 40 minutes of waiting, this coal train proceeded north, and this location was a fairly good location to shoot. In the evening time, you have to be careful of shadows. I was kind of on the dark side of the tracks, and the trees cast a heck of a shadow, so sometimes that'll impact your video. Like I said, the location, there's plenty of good parking. It's a pretty secure location. I always caution viewers and rail fans to respect the railroad's property rights. I often encourage folks to stay off the tracks, and I've just seen some real stupid stuff on YouTube. There was a video of one guy who actually decided, this is over in Europe, Germany, to lay down underneath some sort of commuter train with a video camera as it was rolling by at high speeds, and I seen that, and it made me shake my head. That guy was an idiot. Now eventually you'll see the southbound trash train meet up with the northbound coal train, and for me this was a tough video to edit. I decided to keep the quality high and to make sure that the video was in an MPEG format, and I wanted to try to keep the size of the video down to about 100 megabytes, which is pretty hard to do. I had a hard time figuring, well, do you try to assemble the video so you show the coal train and part of the trash train, or maybe both the trains separately, but you couldn't really do that. And so I ended up just basically releasing this as a full-length roll-by, and as a result the video is roughly about 5 minutes, and if I remember correctly, it's probably I'd like to say 250, 300 megabytes. Is a pretty big file. That's one thing I like about YouTube. They tell you either keep your video limited to 10 minutes or just slightly over a gig at 1024 megabytes, which is, like I said, roughly about a gigabyte size. I'm WSU Rail Fan, and thanks for watching the director's cut of the BNSF coal drag trash train meet.